But as a king, my main chair, your tea for near for an area. And the mirror room be or transfer, na me the updates no do na to me at the aba. So baby bia will be ano, no you assume the so team biano. Ya de hon sem no eba. My main shall send free Liverpool bobo kunim. At the time our club, ebefa Liverpool bobo kuno. Obe build a formidable squad, a strong squad that will compete here, England. And Europe. Now, club team no obese say no. Obenya a right back in the shape of Arnold. And Obenya a left back in the shape of Robertson. Sa two players we Arnold and Robertson. Ebeye key and important players at the club. Ne system. How will see bonne ball? How will see attack? And how will see do mujuma? Club team no say no. Arnold and Robertson 2 and 3 number boy no. Nenya de kitwa. Obehwe the kind of numbers from them Liverpool. See a bubble season a year. Na Arnold or right back, Robertson or left back. Number of chances from create assist from them Liverpool team no. E can who be and the man Liverpool for a year successful under club. Untimi ni sa two players we influence and fem free almost success story ni. Mena wo ka say Arnold o from junior side ne baye o free bobu ku ni. Robertson amoko fa ni free Hull City etua £8 million. On also so the next 2 to 3 years, Liverpool won't rely on our players we. So Arnold ne Robertson omo era no, ye betima say abewe ye, abro my successful with Liverpool. Liverpool for say dream that into omo dream the new fullbacks are. Ombe use the next 2 to 3 years, enkosi 5 years. Any day say Liverpool for say. And said you be any no. Right back in the Liverpool we. Amena o say Jeremy Frimpong here. We're passing the medicals and then we Liverpool for exchange documents with Liverpool for maybe BBR. Jeremy Frimpong the oil Liverpool there or activating €35 million. Jeremy Frimpong ebebo Liverpool team no as the right back. And it just somewhere where we had the Liverpool for near say Ken. Bomber for near Liverpool for bid natum. Milos Kekes. The ebe we actually say. Liverpool for ne bomber for ne yewi a omo yaji Liverpool for bid natum. Na Liverpool for bid omo di kind of coin the first bid. £35 million plus add-ons 5. Na bomber for ne twetwe omo ho. Ba yesi Liverpool for emiem kakra. Ewie ya no report eba ne kire say. Most likely say bomber for ne ebeji Liverpool for bid natum. Na last week ana Liverpool mpanyimfo ekosia Fali Ramadani. Say ka super agents and I say agents are recently omuye adwuma pa na Fali Ramadani kan ho bi. So last week ana Fali Ramadani any Liverpool fo shaye ana omuye bibia boy ni nyaji tu mu Fali Ramadani enyaji tu mu ni agent fi obeje boy ni ba be sign contract to 2030 Yamal Liverpool team no waka yes. The reason why Milos Kekes eji tu mu so bobo Liverpool ye say Real Madrid ne Man City no mo ba ho ni nyina no. It seems say Liverpool for project no omo promising enough playing time. Brandon no say Liverpool ne betima boa no. So as it stands now, personal terms is called beji Liverpool any issue by a way. The good news ni say Brandon friend say Milos Kekes bomb for no yaji Liverpool for bid no e dia tum. Now the major reason why am Liverpool for settle on this boy say Liverpool for omu data analyst any omu data room no omu see if it is Brandon free AZ Alkmaar ebe PM or bomb of English Premier League, 2 seasons near wetimi adapt it, wetimi settle very well in the Premier League. Ni age ni very good for omu project over 21 years. So the next 5 to 6 years, I'll create my perform at the highest level at the Yamal Liverpool. Ne style of play no FT slot the open. Yes, slot catch Liverpool for say open right back and left back. Omu pace, omu influence attack. Jeremy Frimpong him sadi ene and Milos Kekes him sadi ene. Entini nyina ka ho na Liverpool for settle on this ball. So as it stands now, se bibia ansesa next season no Liverpool for right back ebeye Jeremy Frimpong, omo left back ebeye Milos Kekes. So start 2 players we and ebeye the new face at the Liverpool in terms of omo fullback area. Eniji sema ewo Liverpool camp. Last month anam de betu dwa say Manchester United de kosia Matheus Cunha no. Enfa ho say Manchester United de struggle no. Matheus Cunha catch Manchester for say obebo Manchester team no. E ma last month me the sad story ni betu wenim. na the ama story na sa page biem enene ye say Manchester for mpanyimfo ko ye meeting no say Manchester United for omo use strategic purchases and omo use in transfers there were different types of transfers. There were Galactico there or you were the future transfer, you were tactical transfer or but in the case of Manchester United this season and after the new season Manchester United ebe use the strategic purchases. The challenge now is say ombe free coach, ombe from accounts department, ombe free brands department, ombe free every department in their transfer. So say departments ni na ye okay. Na ombe timi akọ for sa player na and ombe jatum. So the ama Matheus Cunha de na sa page biem ni ye say after some Manchester United departments ni nyina akọ ye meeting no. Oma pass ya branch ni say obetimi akọ. Adia na eye problem kakra ni ye say na omo train the finance department of Manchester United as to say ombetima approve say Manchester United betima tiska akọ na by enra the finance department of Manchester United Emma Penyimfo na approval say Manchester United si kasem no ebetima allow Manchester amo metima say abranti we by ni papa will push for this deal for Manchester United aye Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim and the pussy kese pa for say abranti friend say Matheus Cunha eba be join Manchester now according to sources you see Ruben Amorim or what three major key reasons why I know see your pa abranti we one aye play or be fit ne system ne style of play on say Amorim bought 3 back wabo 2 number 6 2 number 10s that's the D6 D10 e won finfin ho na ohun Matheus Cunha say team now we see currently Wolves for no omo the same system into opobi a obababo sa number 10 row no behind the main striker Matheus Cunha effete sa style of play no so omo take sa de no and you see Ruben Amorim catch omo say apart from sa player no fit system no or sa opobi oba add numbers to Manchester United next season and no kre say ofa branch friend say Matheus Cunha this season 15 goals 6 assists in the Premier League into timima numbers and osa opobi a oye versatile obenya sa versatility in that player Matheus Cunha etimibo as a striker and number 10 and a number 8 and my friend say Ruben Amorim and a pushy for this deal say bibi am beboma abranti no so join Manchester United because enra Manchester United so a departmental meeting e course no departments ni na pass Matheus Cunha say Manchester United ebetimi assign no me kopie mo Atletico Madrid for e kopie mo Milan na Atiko foko pie mo Milan no ana omde impanyimfo kodi nkomo na ne nyina ne ye say Atletico Madrid fa kobusa AC Milan say ama brantie ne friend Rafael Leao no ne ho nsem te sen na AC Milan for are ready to sell Rafael Leao ana Milan for catch Atletico Madrid for say omo de omo ho mpre omo se ombeton Rafael Leao by say Atletico Madrid for are ready so ombeton Rafael Leao omo de omo da go de hia ne say omo betua brantie ne release clause 175 million euros and Atletico Madrid for see okay ate ene ye kobom panyimfo amane ne asaba so Atletico Madrid confirm akoye enquiries about Rafael Leao from AC Milan enye Atletico Madrid ne nis kombetimetua omuska because recently upetim ba ko otiska to players pa na enkofo adwen shedan ko ba Atletico Madrid for etiska kese pa check the amount omede kofa Joao Felix edene baye 127.2 million euros na nyeska ketwa do say na ye installment by the end omutua says kano eskom de kofa Julian Alvarez de buy 75 million euros enyeska ketwa omukọ Monaco ekofa Thomas Lima 72 million euros enkofa ntiase recently Diego Costa 60 million euros from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid so say yen spend this kano Atletico Madrid for 8 spend it by Kane Rafael Leao to Atletico Madrid na Diego Simeone na ye coach a etwetwe maso kakra because one Diego Simeone obo two formation either so obo 4-4-2 no e be den for Rafael Leao 3 back and Ansenyo Bon I just say Rafael Leao wing back e be den so say Diego Simeone na wo ho dia na Atletico Madrid for Rafael Leao no etwetwe maso because Rafael Leao e perform very well under 4-3-3 I will use a right press system no operating from the left side so Atletico Madrid for catch AC Milan for say omo ko no masaba na ken story bi amate na wia we no menim dia ma story we mempe say meka say nya no kre no what Liverpool ni Hurricane in Centem no bobo ba no Liverpool ni Hurricane I met a story and I'm saying Debbie. Hurricane joining Liverpool
Hurricane.
And the other story no media chepani say nipa no breaki Jeremy Frimpong to Liverpool. Milos Kekes to Liverpool o breaki in last year December. Sa nipa na be breaki story no. Yes, so you insider with Liverpool.
So Hurricane the about Liverpool or more defend the league no.
Because
defend the league title.
Where do you hear me?
As Arsenal be season 7.
Because anka ekoye obi anka meka say obwa by nipa no breaki Milos Kekes Jeremy Frimpong o breaki in 2024 December sa nipa na be breaki story ne friend Ivan na story we nyame adom achi na metwetwem e dia ba Barcelona aka no ache Bayern for Marca Sadu
aso manenko
omo manenko boy ni so say onko na onim say Bayern for omo ye mafia omo contact Abranti we anom ka chen say sa defensive midfield role no say Frankie Dion say what your story no kra Frankie Dion e be number 1 say Marca Sadu Mark Bernard so ba because at the time na Mark Bernard empire no kra na nka ebo enti na de won ka ho enti say na Frankie Dion etna Mark Bernard eba no antwe ya ba be the third choice enti bra Bayern nanka defensive midfield role no bebo
no onya obeko.
Yes, boy, and say there be onko or the Barcelona project nidi. Anna Hansi Flick so catch de ko say Frankie Dion, Mark Bernard, and Casaldo no. There in terms of aggression, or you very combative where you we.
That's a born on movie.
Oh, by one say onim how to managing the players no. Okay. Until our games we will bet make so Bayern for no. How do you know?
So a few transfers no asase ntempa asase break and so edema beto aso a kopentama the Bobo Club World Cup ni nso awie Edelson bremu kakrama me.
Okay, transfers in 7 no de tie ne say Barcelona nkwada no say minim so we realize bibia it would be difficult to convince them in any case. Say individual be cry on Barcelona no. I will never advise him to go for Bayern Munich, to go to Bayern Munich. Sa number 6-1 no. Say Drobi na shewo. Nkwada bi o matona be obi a emfa.
Na omo nkra no omo ko teams foforo ma efa.
Pacho wan mo.
Barcelona nkra no. So obe foforo bi mo de omo ko team ma na eta.
Oh, send ya na dependent on individual basis.
There was Thiago Alcantara no Fabregas mo. Okay, Fabregas that time.
So no quantum
Alcantara na ho bi.
I hardly will you see these guys leave La Masia. On say let me my main car must be. You see Barcelona boys no. Laporta on what see group B. Amamefo ene papa for group ye ko school no na e wo PTA Parent Teacher Association. Barcelona Hansi Flick buy no some kwada no dorso. You see when you are controlling big stars are you different. Who controlling kwada so you different. Now they were finding ways of meeting young first are controlling Quadano. One of the ideas they say, and they should form association outside the footballers. And now Barcelona Ken. Barcelona had say in our normal football and as a Ghana a balance like a PTA no. Barcelona war parents association who coaches need deals directly with the parents. Nkwadane papa ne omo maame nom. Omo your group they are very close to the team. Coach dealing direct with them. Able a place where you stubborn. They go directly to the parents. I mean, the reason why this is important. Some of Barcelona games now say, even in the Champions League, omu tu kwaya omu say, ebi a place mienu miensa and 9 omu maame no anom papa no di echire. Sa group no. Say omu appoint say Pedri papa na say omu be appoint no Fernando Gonzalez no wada go pay. Mami ka some chill. Mami Samsung mamu reminder bi. Won say enra wa be video bi anope be video bi say Pedri time Barcelona for AJ trophy ni wie no. Na Pedri bo penalty na ni papa chi no. Omo ye bi wo Euros ni mu o. Ya ritual omo ye nti say no. Se trophy bi aba Pedri e bobo na ni papa chi no. Ni papa was a goalkeeper. Me watch what I say. It's a say ni papa, Pedri papa, and I in charge of some parent group no. Me watch what I say. It is a say if it's a nekwe, this is what Barcelona intends to do. Nkwadani nyina no. Barcelona control or move via their parents. It will be a very difficult situation. Miss Akwadabi Beka say, me kwa Barcelona Beka say yam penny Akwadani Beko. Say, unlike clubs, Libya, so stars, say stars, they are normally what they do is that they control them via their girlfriends or their wives. And until I'm maybe England for better wax, but some young kwada. To say Barcelona La Masia, don't do one and yes, someone in La Masia fool. Don't do one, majority of them here, La Masia guys that will use their parents to control them. I think say any bad. But they will be difficult for them to move. Ken, Mamen come in some. A Ballon d'Or no officially dates about Bonti. Now last year, Ballon d'Or no October. Ken, this year, in September. Nature say 1 month earlier. Now, I don't know what you think about whether the date is going to play a role or not. Now, dates, no, the amount here important, no say. Recency bias plays major role in data yebebo and as yebesa events, no. Can't hear me. Ubetimi abobo pa during the season. But say beto aba. Na sa 1 month before about no. Sa wo san. One ready ya. Vote no. Ebeye based on who is performing within that period, you know. Enter Brunisi recency bias. So it plays major role. Now, say yebeto aba no and say be events no September. It's yebe start this season na August, September. It's just 1 month into the season. 1 month, no. Wow, bebo and obenya sa votes, no sa recency bias votes, no within sa 1 month. Who na obenya? I want you to see here. And they say Ballon d'Or, Mr. and October bio. Yeba be in September. Now, this leads me to this conversation. Can you candy? Mason Greenwood, I adibia, obia quiet about it. One said Dembele is getting the numbers, but Greenwood, when you call Dembele numbers, you see people are very quiet about this incident. Dembele, he has been doing what this is now accepted. Okuta 21 French League and goals. But Mason Greenwood, weekendy was also said 21 goals. Mm-hmm. You see this boy, not even the English tablets. They're not even mentioning this guy.
Greenwood did you?
Yeah.
But in your band, I mean, says someone that's what
Harriet. That's what.
Harriet, you been no one.
Oh, some that's so chimpana.
And I'm so been no say Sadia and Siena. Because this boy says Obama, Jamaica.
They can't quit England,
and a Manchester United and man across Mojiginamono. Nancy Mittis about could be traticus, Omocrom to trophy beer. Or more from Omon, the Papa be on your current, almost so good as soon as
Greenwood has been through difficult times. What's ne fear 1 year? Orbano. Or tested the mindset, he performed well. After Hetafe. Waba Marcel last year myself for the 8th or the Marcel I bet also second. Marcel Bebo Champions League top scorer in the French league. Ken Akwawi. He deserves a lot of mentioning, but very unfortunate to say among 4 money din. One other player I also want to highlight today. Ken, this season number 8 Ben Abobo HN Declan Rice.
Yeah, Rice. And I never comes the word or should go ahead. Why when you go social?
Nanzay,
that's a 19 ball.
Nanzay or hit ball. You see, this is what Arsenal in mobile, Arsenal performance now about for Minty. It looks like individual plays we are failing to honor them.
Okay.
Can truth be told, Boa Declan Rice about this season. Saboni be said, even if Martin Odegaard had given Arsenal 80% of what Declan Rice gave Arsenal, and coming as well as Arsenal, Bob Renye say, see, say 8 now, Bono, and can not on for goals and can give any who. I feel no the goals neighbor be can no ma say attention neighbor decline right so but general play should be told this guy on only David Raya. 2 Arsenal players I will say boldly say this season on my performing much respect to them. Ken Manchester City. I mean Kebi problem I want to say we cannot beat teams at a ball low block. You understand Southampton ball City ball 72% of ball possession. Okay. You know Crystal Palace you ball 78% of ball possession. You know Southampton game the City ball 26 shots. And I know you know Crystal Palace you ball 23 shots into 2 games. City about 49 shots on which they go. Haaland Jinem, Kevin De Bruyne Jinem, Savinho Jinem, Doku Jinem, Mamush Obien. Okay. Problem is that we cannot break teams on low blocks. Interestingly, 2 teams need about 5 at the back. Almost City deep wa. Now City are pre ball unnecessarily sir. Almost lose ball no normal City counter attack. No more kwa City.
Solution.
Ken, solution is say Pep Guardiola will have to tweak things kakra. Me what pings me ne say boys na talk about January no.
Okay.
Impact of Media City no. It has not been much because weekendy I was watching Manchester City. Coach is a cover yare. And your double pivot your boy Bernardo Silva and a Kevin De Bruyne. Meanwhile, my Pep Guardiola tisika koto Nico Gonzalez at the bench. Now saying omobo ni bi. Otoni be here day.
Okay.
Pep say Kuzanov. And I know man Nico Raleigh be ball ni bi insta Kuzanov in your ball ni bimbo. Kuzanov was Manchester City's best player before Yeba be dropping. No problem. What say? Or back four and say 0% a year stable. Okay, yati. Then the next moment, Akanji buy ya wama Akanji. Wabebo boni bi wanjina center back. Akanji ko jina 2. Onwe mukra na nse ne ball no form. What sounds like me ko jina 2. What happened to the statement that Pep Guardiola be can say? Sa boys no. Or person maintaining the back four. So today Pep Guardiola says this. The next morning no sounds was sana no. Says hey. Yeah, can I say it was a Manchester City finds a way to beat Bournemouth. And yes, because I'm imagining say, see, if City plays in the Europa Cup next season, City targets you will not get it.
Me that say, another bad news for City. For that, I'm pull it out area. And it's a Manchester City. For that, almost see the whole package too expensive. Almost see a crown of the packaging in a year cotton or secure the man or kicking in a bomb agent fee a dorsal to into City at your home.
And your moon got to
Morgan Gibbs White. A City, this boy, and as I say, City air coffee.
Came patrol, Yempeno.
Ain't you for that? Almost for Morgan. Gibbs White.
Maybe Mr. Kane, okay. Yempeno. Now what is Kakwato Jagrel is over 100. Now
Biggie. Just say there for that, you know. Since I acquire Bayern phone call, almost a package, you know.
Liverpool,
Liverpool, Mr. Omni Liverpool. Since a Bayern Liverpool tight race, City out. Morgan Gibbs White. A very good player.
Mr. Need you more.
Yempeno. Go for a job or Rodrigo Mungina Quay. Say Morgan. Go for your brain is okay. Yanko. Biggie.
Yena Yamiase. Yena lost in the Tifo in us said, oh, Mujibber, no Muti show. Can Mamma Shassian from Free Baby only call could you Manchester City. Not who can say City share teams on mobile low block at Manchester City bear. It has been a long-standing problem for teams that are mobile possessive football. The best way to get results from them is to defend and defend very well. And to be kaya in the days. Say Pep Guardiola Barcelona, Asia Manchester United, or share Manchester United with ease. Because that's Alex Ferguson in Nima di Conti as a coach Yakola Ketwawi. No Nico defend it. No Jaima Pep Guardiola Bobolo. He felt Pep Guardiola saying coaching he's too young. Ebe we ask na Barca any way through. No share Manchester United said your pair. But Obeshia Jose Mourinho Chelsea. Ebebo game ni be wie no mu complain say Chelsea a pack bus and a wa ball na anyefe and a whole lot but ye be wie no manya resource na omu hia no omu de call and the teams no more possessive football like the Pep Guardiola type, the Barcelona type ade a team no more pa total defense and I'll bet media show now the results and Oliver Glasner being an experienced manager enim saade no etu ohun kwan obefa so no obebo Manchester City na ode anya na results e quite unfortunate say City bebo this beautiful football obebo good football obe possessing what dictate the pace of the game but e be wi ase no Manchester City anya results na team no defend anya results but then again you ask yourself say is this the first time at ABC our football it happens maybe in the Champions League Barcelona and Celtic Barcelona bought as much as 89% of possession Emma Celtic bought just 11 we are saying Sabena Victor Wanyama was Celtic we are saying no match Barcelona 2-1 now afar the end of the call so at certain stages you deploy a tactics or a system to get the needed results and I know Oliver Glasner I am happy for him personally a man at the point now there was so much pressure on him. Sir Crystal Palace kwambo be person mu beja ne kwan because omo feel say the nti omo de ne bae no ontimi nya say adwuma ne mfa mo after winning the Europa Cup with Eintracht Frankfurt ni akwa forward as a manager enya results we na hwehwe but he has transformed the Crystal Palace team and certain other players individually e team ni mu a omo bobo no the man ma results eba so kudos to him getting Crystal Palace their first ever major trophy since the club. I think that is something good for a manager at this Oliver Glasner and kudos to them, they have done very well. Ken Mati coaches bebre on my free club mu. Now I'm saying I go back to the club. Na niema nkonka infama omo. And a lot of the time. So yet is a coach be person or go back to team of free mu. And I say yet is a team be up coach. But a person say go fan ba. Na man for bisa questions. The second coming the be ye and I say enye ye. In as much as I said there have been a lot of coaches who are anye ye no, there are also a few ones who are anye ye at the amomo. A typical example is Job Heynckes. Job Heynckes free Bayern Munich. He later got back. Or back and Yama con kind of man to the extent say, or the Bayern Munich bobo ko J treble. Continental treble for that matter. And Yama koye and so Eddie Amano. You just say Mourinho, the second coming was Chelsea. Now he said but at least coming back of the G League. Recently, Carlo Ancelotti in so Real Madrid. The second coming of Real Madrid, things hasn't been bad except this season. Even with this season, and yet that bad. The Madrid expectation in the Wasro and no Namana Kwasa. It's the influence a lot of the coaches. Omu free club no mo sign Babaka. Second coming, there are other coaches almost why Nema Koye Momo. In Komoya and Bidin United Papa friend is Eric Ten Hag. Ken, there are reports a free Netherlands deba. Say yes, episode almost go for Eric Ten Hag. And then the bias Bobo Kunim. Eric Ten Hag eba Manchester United and Yama and Kayan Famano. And I'm paying for Jana Quine and all the free team in Koye. But at Ajax, Papa ni Juma Livi and Mac Ewo Bobo Kunim. Before I acquire Ajax, now for 5 solid seasons, as big as Ajax is, no Muntiminji the Dutch Eredivisie or Netherlands. Or call your Mukoko J. Edgy 2 league titles and so on. Any other domestic trophies, the Dutch Cup and the GGB Maomo. Ken, after say Ajax, Edgy Champions League, the last one in 1995. 96 almost signed call finals. 1997 and almost signed so called semi-finals. Since then, to get to the semi-final stage of the Champions League, now a problem. It is since 1997. For 22 solid years, Papa a friend is Eric Ten Hag and I signed so do a mobile call the Champions League semi-final in the year 2018-2019 season. He left a mark Ajax Bobo Kurimo. Now they feel that things are not going right since he left. To get to that stage of the Champions League about a problem. It's only few say Senyama Nkonka na will be honum. As a sia on Jumaye. Na a maybe a chem or befa your team Nyama Koye de Maye. Aside these things, or build a young side and almost some win some football. About 185 matches. In all competitions, no around 504 goals. A free scoring team and or build the ma omo. It wama kaita papa ya available. Omo person omo ko faneba no baba ya juma de ma omo. It in as much say there are other coaches who come back to their former clubs and yama nko ye no. I feel say Ajax nin komono na Ten Hag susu nyintum no nkonko relanche ne ho ewo ho na juma na oye in the past. On take a cue from a Carlo Ancelotti no de and a Job Heynckes no de non come back non conco for Ajax club no and Samson Fanya Juma so na ye hu ye say odi omo no. Ken kakra bi on Barcelona player your friend on Frankie de Jong one man nya ntie say Barca mpani 4% mo renew and also mo extend their brand the contract but ade ba ko aka AEC ka say my brand until the wages so na on extend the contract and on tena Barcelona so you Frankie de Jong and I said me Frankie de Jong quickly Metias and my extend the contract and no matter me wages so no matter na Barcelona can a lot of the time so bet is a player prepare player anya fit anya consistent availability are a problem e dey am player na at the time will be a team ni be hia na am fa won quality okita no over the sidelines team ni team use ni mfanya results e be ba bonte na team ni ba beton player no e be ba na ye transfer list player no e be ba na mpanifo person mo free team ni because the ye hia o de wa ye ni ntimi nya won fa won ye san ye plenty. But for a team like Barcelona, it decided to move if faith in the player Frankie de Jong or prepare. Now Barca for you ready say, "Omo be sure Brandt na man want to because omo with the kind of quality a Brandt any possess it." A lot of times, coach and friend say Eric Ten Hag, try so be for Brandt and the number Manchester United. Anytime you be Kobiano. Now Barcelona and person obeja Brandt na man akọ. Even one injuries have Brandt no. They stuck with him. Looking at the quality of money who are Brandt anymore. And for a team like Barcelona to do that, it tells the kind of trust. And one Laporta interview here 2 days ago, Waka say a Brandt no. Need a lot of quality in the play. Omo ready to manako because Barcelona born omo bona. He's their tempo setter. And he does it to perfection. Ebi abesha Rafinha nom, obesha Yamal nom, omo man numbers, omo she goals. But a man tell omo control game ni won film fi won dem Barcelona no. One press resistant player, no matter pressure on man no, dey to obeje body e feeling them Frankie de Jong or detected the pace of the game very well. Or not directed the Barcelona play. E won film fi won dem team no. And such a player with this kind of quality, on ho turn no. Ball na all body was through bebre ne de. Minim de ntia sasa o man ko. What project na se awie no. Now kofa a new player. And na basa omna mechim afei na oba be adapt na watimi abo games so both parties in nkomoni ye na nkoye na Brandt and because he's shown with a little time or fit ma Barcelona no so quality or be bo abo boko ne ken
and no Frankie de Jong and the biggie